Hey everybody, Dave here, heading off grid, and welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about my big three that I'm going to be taking my through hike and an Appalachian trail in 2022. If you're not familiar with what the big three is, that's normally the top three heaviest items out of what you're going to be bringing. So it's normally always the rucksack, the tent, and also the sleep system. In this case here, I'm going to be using a quilt. So let's go ahead and go through those top three items that I'm going to be taking on my Appalachian Trail through hike in 2022. Which rucksack should I use? Let's see here. Not that one. Camo one. Not that one. What about this new one? I haven't even been out of the package yet. My trail. Not that, that's too small. This one. Maybe this one here. Gregory. Maybe this REI bag. That's too small. We're gonna go with this one right here. Alright, that's the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I got way too many bags. Time to do some house cleaning. So the first item we're going to talk about here is the rucksack, and that weighs the most. And I'm going to be using the Zpacks Arc Blast, which mine weighs 25.5 ounces roughly. On their website they have it at about 20, a little over 20 ounces I think, but I got some accessories on mine. So I got two hip belt pouches, and I also got a shoulder pouch as well added, so that did add to the weight just a little bit. On their website, they have it as a 55-liter pack. It's $349. I bought mine new in 2016. I've used it on one section hike of the Smoky Mountains, so I think it was roughly about 35 miles or so. So I got a couple of days of use out of it. So here is the Zpacks Arc Blast, and I've had this since 2016. A couple of features I like about this pack is the roll top there, which you kind of just cinch it down, you roll it down and then clip it in right here. It's waterproof. This whole pack is waterproof, by the way. It's made out of Cuban fiber. I like this mesh pouch right here in the back. It's easy to get to the items that are in there, and you don't got to take your whole you don't got to open up your whole bag to get to the items in here. So you can put your shit tickets in there, you can put your cat hole digger in there and all that stuff. So a couple other items I like about this pack is I like both sides of the pouches right here. I can put water bottles in there. Both sides have the water bottle areas there. Another thing I like about this pack is this mesh backing right here. And it's kind of got like these two aluminum rods on both sides, and then it kind of keeps this shape right here. See how it's kind of bent right there, so it stays away from your back, stays a little bit cooler. You can get some air between your back, and that's unique to Zpacks packs. I don't know if all their packs are like that, but they have several packs that are like that. So in addition to that, I also have two hip belt pouches right here that I added. So I got one here, and I got one on this side right here. In addition to that, I also have a shoulder pouch right here. So that's what I like about this pack, other than it being very spacious as well. So yeah, 55-liter pack from Zpacks, and I think it's $349. If you add some accessories to it, it could be a little bit more than $349. Mine weighs in roughly about 25 ounces. So the second item we're going to talk about here is my tent, and I'm not going to be using a tarp. I'm not going to be using a hammock. There's no way I can sleep in a hammock. I'm a side/stomach sleeper, especially a stomach sleeper. I cannot sleep on my back. I would have nightmares. It's almost guaranteed. If I sleep on my back, I almost always have nightmares. I have no idea why it is, how that happens, or whatever. So I will be using a tent, and I do have two tents here. And the tent that I'm going to be using is the Zpacks Plexa Mid Tent. It's a one-person tent. It only uses one pole to set it up. And I also have right here, this is a duplex tent from Zpacks as well. It's in camo. I don't believe that they make this particular tent anymore in camo, and it's kind of a shame because I really like the camo look. But so I've used this tent for a couple of nights in the Smokies. This is a two-person tent. It also takes two poles to set it up. And on Zpacks website, this tent right here is $649. Now, obviously, they don't actually have the camo because the camo was an option that added, I think it was almost $700 just because the camo got added to it. So they say the tent's at 19 ounces. Mine came in 25.86, and I think that is also with the stakes as well. In addition to that, I also added a little bit larger guideline that glow in the dark. So the stuff that they sent in this particular tent was very skinny, and I replaced all the guidelines with a little bit thicker gauge, like almost like a paracord in a way. This is not the tent I'm going to be using on the Appalachian Trail though. So I bought this tent recently, about 2 years ago or so, and this tent right here is the Plexa Mid Tent from Zpacks, and it also is in camo, and obviously this outside right here is what the camo actually looks like. And they don't actually make, I mean, they still make the tent, but they don't make the tent in camo anymore. They got rid of the camo for some reason. I have no idea reason why, but they're showing this tent at $575, and it's 15.3 ounces on their website. Mine came in at roughly 18 ounces. So, and that is with the stakes as well. I really like that tent. I actually have never set it up. I've never slept in it yet, so I'm kind of interested to see, you know, it's basically half the width of a duplex tent, so it should be plenty of room inside. It only uses one pole to set it up, so it should be pretty easy to set up. And I'm kind of looking forward to using that tent, and I love the weight savings of it as well. So just over 1 pound. If you didn't really know, 1 pound is 16 ounces. So the last item we're going to talk about here is the sleep system, and in this case here it's a quilt. I actually did have 2 sleeping bags, and from Marmot, Mummy sleeping bags, they're down. And I sold those on eBay a while back. I think I sold one actually in person off of Craigslist, and the other one I sold on eBay. And I've used this one on 2 nights and 3-day hike out in the Smoky Mountains. And I really like the quilt. If you're not familiar with the quilt, I mean, there's so many videos on it, but there's a lot more versatility with the quilt, especially in the summertime. You can kind of just drape it over you. You can open up the foot box if you want, and you can kind of, I mean, there's so many different things. It doesn't go over your head, so you might have to worry about maybe keeping a sweatshirt on or something like that with a hoodie, or you might want to have a down hoodie or something like that you can put on, or maybe even wear your puffy jacket that has a hoodie, hopefully. But so they are a lot lighter than a sleeping bag here. So I bought mine from Enlightened equipment, which we'll go over the specs here in a second. But so mine weighs in at about 15.3 ounces, so that's pretty light. I actually have 2. This is the very first one I got. This one was a custom build from Enlightened equipment, and the specs are basically that it's 950 down tech, 40 degrees, it's a long, and it's a wide. They say it weighs about 14.3 ounces, but I'm not sure where I got 15.3 from. That may just be the stuff sack that I'm going to put it in as well. So I used this for 2 nights in the Smokies and had 0 issues with warmth at all. That custom build, I'm looking here, came in at $259, and that was a Black Friday discount of $27, and then shipping was $12. So that came in at $259. And you can have a custom built one, but they also on their website, last time I checked, they actually have ones that are already pre-made as well. And the common colors, common sizes, and common fill may not be 950 fill, so it may be a little bit cheaper because the fill is going to kind of dictate how expensive it is. And then just as a backup here, if I ever want to do the Appalachian Trail starting in February or March and it's kind of cold, I actually had a custom built Enlightened equipment here. This is a 10-degree bag. Okay, this is a Revelation. That is the model of both of these, by the way, Revelation. I guess that's kind of important. This is a 950 fill, 10 degrees. It's a long and it's a wide, 23.6 ounces, and this is a 10-degree bag. Not really planning on using that bag on the Appalachian Trail at all. Kind of weighs a lot, right? So that's part of the reason I'm actually going southbound, and I'll be starting in the summertime, so I don't really even need a heavy bag like that. Obviously that takes up a lot more room. It weighs a lot more. What's that, like 8-9 ounces more than my 40 degree. So that wraps up the big 3 that I'm going to be taking on the Appalachian Trail through hike in 2022. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave a comment below. You can hit me up on my social media as well if you want, which I've put at the beginning of the video. So anyways, until next time, go ahead and like and subscribe. We'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.